And they get hot. Current energy. Welcome. We're going to check up on the current energy because you just never know, what's going on out there unless you pick out the energy. I am Whitney Moon. Welcome. If someone is already here, welcome. I'm fixing my lipstick. It's not lipstick. It's lip balm. Okay. I don't really know what we should we just roll the dice? Maybe we should just roll the dice and see what happens. Current energy. Saturn. In the 6th house. With Aries? Virgo. With Saturn. I don't know if an emperor is about to take over the fucking world. I mean, we got some serious positions to fill around the universe because people are going to be losing their jobs. And not their day job. No. Their mission job. They're going to be losing their mission job. I had a feeling, but I wasn't quite sure if that's where we were going today. Because if new emperors are stepping in, they're coming out of hiding, which would be Hierophant energy, which would be they've been alone for a while, and then they step into their power, suddenly realizing that they can control it all. And that you don't have to be controlled anymore. You can literally control everything now. Oh, Jesus. Fucking heat's going in here. I'm like, what is that noise? There is never the right tarot deck. I swear. I always want this specific tarot deck, and I don't have it. And to be honest, I don't think it even exists because something I see in my third eye, but I have never seen it before. Okay, now I've made it a fucking heat spawner. Fuck. Oh yeah, okay, really? I want to use that deck? I'll use this one for a while. Demon deck. Demon tarot, don't worry. What's going on, everybody? Jesus Christ, that went from one person to 20. Hey, who's in the crowd? Who wants a shout out there, Jacoby? I can't pronounce a lot of those names. Hey, Sarah. All I can pronounce is Jacoby and Sarah. Okay, so give me this 6th house. 4 of Pentacles. It's holding out with some money. Maybe you're about to make a move with some money and you've been waiting to do it for a while, but it's now it's man, might as well just fucking dive in. You've been holding on to this money for long enough, or you've been holding on to something. The Magician. This is what I'm talking about. 8 of Wands. Fucking dog barking in the background. Why does he have to start barking as soon as I start the reading? The most immature owners live around here. They just let their dogs out and they just bark the whole time. Bark, bark, bark. Like, clearly your dog wants your fucking attention. Oh, I think he stopped. Okay. I was going to seriously take up my fucking attention. I can't stand dogs barking because they're just not barking for the right reasons. Just barking for attention is fucking ridiculous. Okay. It's like holding on to your ability to do something and then suddenly, for whatever reason, deciding to do it. It's like, I don't know. What would you have that's like a super powerful gift that like you don't want to tell anybody about, and then all of a sudden you just start doing it? And it's like, what? I didn't know you could do that. Well, I didn't tell anybody I could do that. I don't tell everybody everything. And then 5 of Swords. It's like people might just get mad at you for being able to do something really quick. 8 of Wands, and then just like making it happen, like poof. Like someone's a fucking genie or something here. They can make things happen quick. And I think it's because they care. Like they care about themselves or they care about somebody. So once they have the ability to do something, they do it. And they get a lot of fucking heat because of it. A lot of fucking heat because of it. What's Saturn? Why is Saturn here? The Devil. Good old Lucifer and the Devil rises. You're looking like the devil. The Devil with the Magician. I mean, goddamn, that's fucking powerful as fuck. He's just looking right at that devil as he rises. Like, I don't know, man, maybe someone's about to rise from the dead, rise from the ashes. Like, everybody thinks you died, but you didn't. Poof! Suddenly you're just alive and active. Man, I was back home today. And I don't live too far from like where I grew up. And I swear, I was sitting there eating lunch with my sister. And I saw this chick who looks like somebody who's engaged to somebody that I know. And this lady was like, oh man, I don't know, probably like 7 months pregnant at least. And I went, oh my God, that's going to be him. It was like, see how my ear just went off? It was like, suddenly there was this flash and I was like, oh my God, that's going to be him. And then all I could do was think about him for a second. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I bet you that's the last fucking things he wants right now as a kid, but he's going to marry this chick. He's going to do what this chick says because he's fucking just, I'm not going to judge what people do. Okay. But it just doesn't seem like him at all to be doing what he's doing right now. And then to think that she's going to get pregnant, then he's going to get locked into it for even longer. Like people are just, I swear, people just don't understand the consequences of sex. Like, do they tell you that there's a possibility that you can make a human? Like, do people know this? Because like, I think if they took sex so much more seriously than as opposed to like, do you know how many guys that I know that went and fucked chicks right after dating me and had kids? And I know for a fact they did not want those kids, but they were, what do you call those? Rebound fucks, rebounds, and then they end up with kids. And I'm like, how dumb were you, man? Why didn't you just stay single? Why did you have to let your ego get hit? Because everybody breaks up, everybody takes a hit, but you don't got to go out there and fucking make a kid to prove that your shit works or that you got a dick. Everybody knows you've got a dick, okay? Fucking flash it out, fucking jerk it off, do whatever you want. That doesn't make you who you are, right? Like what you're packing doesn't make you a man. Like how big your boobs are does not make you a woman. And that's what's so funny about these like transgender people and shit, where they're like getting fake boobs and fucking, cutting off their shit when like, that's not what makes you a feminine. Like we have feminine energy and we have masculine energy inside of us. Like our breasts are to feed our children. Dicks are there to pump something out so that we can have children. It doesn't defy who we are as people. Like, that's what I don't understand. Is like, why does somebody gay have to say as they represent as gay? Why do you have to represent with a sexuality? Why aren't you just a human? Why do you have to say that? Right? It's like no one's walking around going, I'm straight. And that's how I identify with people. I'm straight. You know, I've got a vagina. That's how I look at people. That's me. I'm a vagina. Like, why limit yourself to a sexual organ? Right? Like, why limit yourself to that? Like, you're so much bigger and better than what you choose to have sex with, or how you choose to fucking live your life. Like, you're better and bigger than that. Like, whoever said that that's how you're defined as who you fuck or who you're married to does not understand individuality. Because you're not even who you're married to. You are who you are. Who you decide to partner with, right, should be one of those people that, like, hey, I like what you're doing. Hey, well, I like what you're doing. You're with a partner. You don't like anything about them, but you're doing it for another reason. There are people who do things, and everybody's idea for doing it is different. Everybody's, idea of happiness is different. What they choose as a fucking husband or as a wife or as a marriage is different than somebody else. So you can't all just say that, like, it's supposed to be one way, because everybody's supposed to be one way. Spirit only tells me how to say it one way. I don't necessarily always agree with how Spirit tells me to say it, but they're telling you as a way for you to identify with whatever it is that you can't get through. Okay. I don't really care about too many things, to be honest. Like, I don't even know why I do this tarot channel, to be honest, but I feel like people need the middle of the Oreo. They need the center. They need to know things, and like, people are just, they just want to hide. I'm gonna hide my feelings. I'm gonna hide who I am. I'm gonna hide behind my spouse. I'm gonna hide because my behind my kids. I'm gonna hide behind my massive drug habit. I'm just gonna hide. Like, what's the point? Why are you living then? Like, if you're just gonna hide, what the fuck? Like, why? You have to live, right? Which means if you have to live, you have to be seen. You have to be out in the world. You can't just hide, right? But if you're hiding, then those people who are hiding usually sometimes are the ones who have done the most shit. They want to try to hide everything because they don't want to be out in public, because they know that they're going to get busted for whatever it is they did. Okay. So honestly, somebody here is really fucking powerful. And I don't know if it's like the second you get into a crowd, fucking everybody just knows that you're the one. I don't know what it is about you. I don't know if you're the narc in the room. I don't know if you're the one. Like, I actually today called my sister God. Like, I was referring to something, and then I went, okay, God. And then I was like, well, what if you are? How would we know? What if God was one of us? How do we know who is? How do we know? How do they know who the Dalai Lama is? They say that it's born into somebody and they just know. How's that possible? It's like a baby born with like a god, to be a god for a bunch of people. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Watch 7 Years in Tibet. It'll change your life with how those people see things. And I'm not saying what they say is wrong. I really am not. Like, I know why monks are monks and why they choose not to fucking say anything, okay? Because, like, it is all the quiet of the mind. Like, oh my gosh, I was singing in the mall today, and some guy was listening to the entire thing, and he gave me a round of applause at the end, and he was like, thank you so much for gifting me with that song. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, sometimes, you are just here to just make somebody's day, okay? You're just here to make somebody's day. And whatever it is, man, people just get angry at you. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you're like the Inspector Gadget, the entire room, and people just, either they love you or they hate you. And those ones who hate you, they tend to dominate the room. Okay, but it doesn't mean that the ones who adore you and who love you any less because of the ones who hate you. That's the thing. Okay, the ones who hate you, I think the ones who hate you are majority of the ones who actually love you. They just don't want to give up that pride. They don't want to let their guard down and say that they love you because they don't want that rejection, right? I swear, there's this one ex who won't talk to me because he thinks I'm going to reject him. I've rejected him a couple times, and now he thinks that that's what's going to happen. But there was only rejection when you reject people when you can't see your path forward, right? So how can you start something with somebody if you don't know where you're going? Those people who start relationships with people in the middle of, a hurricane in their life, it's like, wow, you found me at my lowest and was attracted to me. Like, I don't really, like, we're going to change, we're going to grow, we're going to evolve, right? But somebody held their talents back, like, huge, okay? They held their power back. They held their fucking emperor back. They held back, most likely starting something big. Something that, like, people fight to get to, okay? And you're just going to rise into it because as soon as the energy is ready to move where it needs to go, okay, Seven of Cups, there's going to be a lot that comes out because you haven't taken anything, right? It's like putting your money into a vending machine, but never taking the candy. Now the vending machine has like 20 grand in it, and now you can just keep hitting the button and things are just going to keep coming out. Because it's almost like somebody's overpaid for something. They've overpaid something, which is this Four of Pentacles. You put money into something. Okay, and now you get this like easy life. Not easy life, but just a life where you get maybe everything that you want because your expectations are so fucking low that the things that you want, other people are like, I want a trip to Bahamas. And you're like, can we just drive to the lake? Like, I just want to hang out at the lake for the day. Somebody else would go, let's spend 9 grand on a vacation. Like, what the fuck? Like, there's simplicity and then there's greed, right? Because we have it, let's spend it. Not everybody really feels that way. Not everybody deals with their life that way. Okay, so, Page of Swords. Somebody writing a letter? Or somebody, I'm thinking of a master plan. Yeah, I love when that song comes in my head. Someone's thinking of a plan. Okay, with the Five of Pentacles and Justice. I've been hanging on to Justice in my hand this whole time because I'm like, man, I really feel like this is justice. I really feel like somebody is at the mercy of the court, and like maybe they've been asked to pay for something. Okay, so you put, 20, 30 grand into this machine, okay? And you haven't asked for anything because it's like putting your money into a bank, okay? As you're saving your money, do you ask the bank to give you any money? No, because you're putting it away, you're saving it, okay? You're not supposed to spend it, right? You've got other cash to spend. So now it's like putting your money, and now they want to take it from you. They want you to pay for something else. Right? Maybe what this Five of Swords is with this Five of Pentacles. Now they want to see that maybe they don't know. Maybe somebody around you doesn't know this nest egg that you've invested in. Okay? Because they're only seeing something else. Okay? They're only seeing like, fuck, man, the fact that you're a magician or something, or the fact that you didn't die. Like I was thinking, I'm born on the 7th of a month. And all of a sudden I said to myself yesterday on the 7th day, isn't that when Christ rises on the 7th day, he dies and then he rises after 7 days? Some shit like that. Isn't that what the Bible story is? I don't know. I was born fucking Catholic, but like I remember that shit. Okay, so I was thinking, I was like, risen on the 7th day, on the 7th day, on the 7th day. And then look at the rise. I can't make this shit up if I try. This is exactly what came in as a channel this morning. Actually, I think it was last night, because last night I was watching Knowing, which Nicolas Cage movie. I've seen it a bunch of times, but all of a sudden I'm watching it last night and there's like 5 or 6 scenes I've never even seen. I'm like, what the fuck? How did I miss this? Like, did I go to the bathroom every time this scene came on because I just didn't think that there was anything valuable in the scene? And then at the very end, when the aliens drop the kids off, right? And they're running towards the tree, that's Adam and Eve running towards the tree of life. I've seen it a million times and I never put that analogy together ever. And then I was like, on the 7th day, something rises. On the 7th day, something rises. What the fuck? And I think it's this reading. Because I couldn't think of what I wanted the reading to be. All Spirit would say is current energy. It's current energy. And like, if you watch this channel, you watch my readings, there are readings that are intertwined with readings. It's like a continuation because there's collective on mission. Okay. And it's all different mission, but it's all under the same category. So yeah, everybody's different, but the advice for everybody is still the same because it's like we're learning school right now. Like I go back and I watch this because I need to know what I said because I don't know what I'm saying in the moment because it's not me. It's not Whitney speaking. It's moonshine. It's the other side of me. It's my soul. Okay. And my soul shines with the universe to give you the answers and to the questions that you need. Okay. So somebody's like, when is my power going to ignite? Like, you're powerful, but it's not happening. Well, it's not happening because you're doing something spiritually instead. Everything is a fucking game. Everything is a game. Okay. But this time, okay, you're not going to get caught with your pants down. kind of situation, okay? This time you're not going to get caught with no money. You're not going to get caught in an awkward situation because it's like been there, done that. This has already happened. I've seen this happening. Do you think I'm going to let it happen again? It's like being homeless. Once you're homeless once, you'll never let it happen again because you fucking know what it took to build yourself back up again. Okay? Same with drugs, alcohol. You know what it's like to get off of it. Why the fuck would you go down that road again? You wouldn't. You love yourself more than that. But do people around you love you enough to keep you safe? Probably not, right? So then you have to go back to, okay, well, whatever it is that I choose to do, I kind of have to realize that I'm going to be on my own on this. I'm going to have to rise. I'm going to have to choose to do this. And what I choose to do, okay, I'm going to be walking this road. And if they want to take my money and they want to try to fight me, well, they better fucking try a lot harder than what they did because it never stopped me then and it ain't going to stop me this time. Okay, a bunch of little fucking haters throwing a bunch of little fucking shade your way is not anything like your past and what you've been through. And these people really think that like, oh, a little bit of hatred, a little bit of spit, a little bit of fucking, oh, we don't like you is going to make you go running. Like, bitch, please, come on. Maybe it did happen in the past. Maybe you did go running. Maybe you did give up something. Maybe you did lose something to somebody else who was bullying it out of you. But guess what? Those bullies, everything that they bullied out of you, it's not, well, they gave it to me. No, you abused. Any bully that does something, it's abusive, right? It's abusive. It's abuse of power, abuse of authority, abuse of position, abuse of something over you where you feel like you have to give them something in order for them to leave you alone because they're saying that they know what's right in your life. How does somebody else know exactly what's right in your life? Right? And then unless they know you, unless they've raised you, even then, those people who have raised you, how do they know what's right in your life? They don't know what's going on in your head. They don't know what you have to deal with every day. They don't even really know, like your parents and your friends and your shit, they don't even really know what you went through, right? Do you talk about everything that you go through on a day-to-day basis? No. Do you especially talk to your friends about the weird shit that happened when you were younger? No. So who really knows you, right? Do you tell these things to your partner? Probably not. You don't want them to judge you. You don't want them to walk away from you. You don't want them to get scared of you. Right? So it's like we hold on to all these things. We become these completely different people. And then all of a sudden we go, fuck it. Why am I holding back all this? Why am I going to pretend like I wasn't fucked with my whole life? Why am I suddenly going to pretend like, you know, the crazy person that you saw back in the day was just normal? It wasn't normal. I was fucked up. And I'm going to let people know that, hey, by the way, my behavior wasn't just unprovoked. My behavior was because of certain things that I couldn't control. Right? When suddenly people just lay it out, you know, those are kind of got to be almost the most dangerous people because there are no questions to answers that they will hold back from you because they've got no shame. Right? It's like life and death is a very, you know, it's a very serious game when you choose to play. And if you're going to be, if you're going to be truthful about it, then you're going to fear a lot of people because most of these people walking around out there are full of shit. They have no fucking intention on being a good person or even fucking looking the right way or even doing the right thing on any time of the day because of, you know, whatever it is. Everyone's got their own shit, okay? Like everyone's just got to fucking live and survive. But other of us, okay, have these like parts to play in this world where if somebody's having this awful day and we suddenly make their day better instantly. We don't know how we do it. We don't know why we do it, but we do it because there has to be people like us around. If there aren't, this world would be a very lonely, dull, boring fucking place. We'd have no music. We'd have no art. We'd have no tarot readers. We'd have no tarot cards. We wouldn't have what we need to survive. Right? So many people need music. Like if I didn't have music growing up, I don't know where the fuck I would be. I would die. Some of this shit I would listen to would cut through my heart. I was like 7 years old. Like some people, they're not just born these little babies. They're born from these souls from these long time ago that just have no fucking idea what they're doing here. And then they get massively manipulated. And then somebody, you know, kind of fucks with them. And then they start planning a different road. We start kind of going, okay, well, you know what? No one's playing the game the way that we're supposed to be playing it. So I'm going to start doing this on the other side. You started putting mad money away. And that's the thing is like now what people underestimate people, you know, like just because of the way you look or, you know, you've got one vehicle, you don't. People who look poor are kind of hilarious. Okay. Now I'm getting Adam Sandler. He looks like a bum on a day-to-day basis. And I think he's actually doing that as a character. Okay. He's trying to play the guy, but I don't really think he really is that guy. Maybe he is that guy. I don't really know. But there are people who, you know, like I said, are full of shit and people who are true, right? And I think that this is, a lot of it has been held back from you because one day you were going to rise. And once you rose into it, you're not going to give it up. You're not going to be like, okay, yeah, I won't be that person anymore. You can have the power back. No, you're going to be like, bitch, if you don't like what I've got to say, then unfortunately, see you later. You know, hate to see you leave, but love to watch you walk away. Like, fucking leave. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else that's going to, you know, tell you the lies that you want to hear and fill your fucking head up with a bunch of bullshit because you don't actually want to know the truth, right? When you rise into your power, like, it doesn't matter who comes at you with a sword, bitch. Like, come at me. What are you going to do? The worst you could do is cut me. The worst you could do is kill me. But guess what? I rise from the dead. People rise. They got like 9, 10 lives. Okay? And, you know, a lot of people probably try to kill you in your sleep, right? It's never going to work because you're not supposed to die. You are supposed to be here. So now it's like, now it's almost as if, how long is it going to take for this to set in motion? And I don't think it's going to take very long. Like, suddenly going from hiding everything, because I do think somebody wants you to flip a bill for them and you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. And then they kind of go like, oh, let me guess, you don't have the money for it. And it's like, you don't got to know nothing, bitch. Yeah, sure, I got $10 in my bank account. Sure. That's what you want to think? You go right ahead, bitch. You think that that's what I got, right? Sometimes you just don't have to look like you've got money. The people who look like they have money, they get targeted. Okay, they get targeted. Why would you want to be targeted? Honestly. Like, my sister's ex-husband, honestly, he's like one of the biggest drug dealers in Peterborough. And he thinks that, like, you know, driving around a white Jeep won't get him seen. You know, yeah, like, because it's not a bright green or a bright orange. You think that no one's going to fucking know who you are or what you're doing. Like, a white car's almost worse, honey. Fucking morons. Honestly, like, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what these people are anticipating you doing for them, but justice has stepped in because it's like, it maybe if they took this money from you, right, and they made you pay this, then you wouldn't be able to get to the next place that you're going. And you've been hiding long enough, which means like it's like a whole new beginning for you. Because Aries is the beginning of the wheel. Aries is the goddamn beginning. The World. That's actually kind of like amazing. I'm not going to lie. Because then something is over. It's over with. It's over. You rise. Nothing can stop you. It's like you rise. It's like you're starting to rise, and then they start shooting all these arrows at you, and you just dodge them all. You know, like you're superhuman. Like your superhuman powers. Like you have superhuman powers. And you're not going to lose anything again. And it's going to be possibly a little bit confusing when these things start to come in. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. Aww. Beautiful magic, Aquarius energy, the team. It's like meeting a really good team all of a sudden. Because whatever it is you were a part of, ooh, there's that Ace of Swords on the bottom. Whatever it is that you were a part of before, okay, it's almost like you were working with people, Chariot in reverse, that didn't want you to move. They didn't want you away from the company, right? They didn't want you to find somewhere else to go, right? It's almost like, again, it's like this holding hostage thing. And that has been reversing now since the new year, since January 1st. There's been a spell reversal for people who have been kept from moving forward, kept in these awful, sinister energies, like in a hermit energy, right? Kept away from people, kept away from what they're supposed to be doing, right? Because this Capricorn Saturn energy comes in and says, you know, I have every right to imprison you. I have every right to take your rights away from you. And now, these people step into their emperor energies, right? Because the spell breaks. Okay. Then they go, okay, well, I'm going to see what this energy feels like. 2 of Cups. Yeah, there it is right there. They're like, I'm going to feel what this energy feels like, and I'm going to see for myself. Not just going to take your word for it anymore. And you don't go back again. That's like the best fucking sex of your life right there. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe somebody's holding serious sex back from you. What is that? 10 of Swords. High Priestess, this bitch. This is who it is. Holding back sex. Two of Pentacles, yeah. Two of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. That's like, man, at the same time, they could have had the money. They could have been the one in control of the money. Six of Wands. And it's like you escaped. Seven of Wands. Yep. Two of Wands. Whoa, 222 all of a sudden. Let's look that up. I never get to look at stuff like this. Oh, shit. I bet you I'm not going to be able to get the internet in here. I might be able to get the internet in here. Because I always usually have... I'm usually always recording. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get the internet. Fuck! Oh! Come on, come on. Oh, I do. I think I'm getting the internet right now. Let's see. Two spiritual meaning. Let's see. I missed my mouth. Balance, harmony, and spiritual alignment. Also associated with relationships, new beginning, and decision making. Okay. I just got coffee all over my shit. Okay. So that's obviously what this is. New beginnings, decision makings, dealing with relationships. And this Hermit, okay, this sixth house, our behavior towards others we work with. That fucking dog just started barking again. I might kill this dog. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Okay. Balance, harmony, spiritual aligning, relationships, new beginnings, decision making. So it's like it's like making a decision once and for all. Oh, that's the puppy downstairs. Okay, I can't really get mad at that. She is super cute, but she barks like a son of a bitch. Okay, so this would be the new. This is breaking. I think breaking apart from something. From somebody that has a lot of faces. Like they can share you up to like fucking 3 or 4 different faces a day. And that's like somebody's bipolarness kind of coming out. And they control somebody. So then somebody realizes, okay, I don't have to do what this woman says anymore. And I'm going to get out of it quick because the law says I can. Saturn says that you can. Okay, it's laws and limitations. Okay, but then when you step into Aries energy, like you're going to be like, oh, this is gross. Oh, my hair is all sticky. Fuck. Okay, it's like you wouldn't step into energy. Okay, all of a sudden stepping into Aries energy and then being like, okay, I'm going to be the CEO of a company, but I'm going to let somebody else control everything. Who would do that? No, if you're going to be the CEO of a company, you're going to be the CEO of the company, not this other person, not this high priestess that thinks they know. Okay, so it's almost like you haven't been able to move. I think you haven't been able to move on some type of decision that involves your job. It involves whatever you've invested in. Okay. They don't want you to use that money on this. I think it's spiritual money, but I don't know for sure. Okay. But you've got time to spend this money. Okay. This time is your time. It's like going to school. You get OHIP. No, that's not right. OSAP. Okay. Government gives you money so then you can survive while being at school all year. It's like that. Like you start a company and you've got this nest egg. Why should you have to spend that? You gave yourself this money so then you could do this. This is a very important step for somebody. Okay, so then they can build a different relationship. So then they can start something else on their own. right? This is like the next generation. If we stop them from going to school, if we stop them from following their dreams, who's going to run this country in 20 years? Who are we going to expect to do things if we don't let them do what they've got to do now as kids, right? And as young adults? It's like, damn, I don't know if like, man, you were supposed to be, say this, say you were supposed to be, this is what the analogy was, it's crazy, a language teacher. So you technically were supposed to possibly travel the world, which is why the world is here, learning different languages, okay, as, you know, fun, healing, spiritual, but at the same time, you know, you're learning language, you're learning something that you can take back home with you, and then you get back home, you can speak 7 different languages. And do you know how much money you could make if you spoke 7 different languages? Okay, your job applications, like, endless. Like you can apply to anything with that kind of shit on your resume. Okay, but then this high priestess goes, no, but you're gonna have too much fun on the trips. What's that got to do with anything? Well, I didn't have fun when I was learning, so why should you? Oh, okay. So this is a narcissistic piece of shit who didn't enjoy when they were educated, so therefore you weren't allowed to. Why the fuck does your future have anything to do with somebody else's past? What the? This is why I try to say, please heal your childhood trauma. Because in 30, 40 years or 20 years, when you've got kids, you start taking all your shit out on them because you didn't deal with mommy and daddy drama or grandpa drama or whatever drama that you were supposed to deal with, right? It's like it's really nice because like Spirit is playing this song in my head right now, and it's that song on the Instagram videos that it's like this nice calming lady who's going do 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 do. It sounds awful as when I do it, but it sounds really nice in my head right now. It's keeping me really calm because this kind of stuff is very agitating. I grew up with somebody that was very much like this, that because she didn't get things that she wanted as a child, she thought it was in her best interest to come and fuck with my whole life, even though she wasn't my mother and she had no right to do anything in my life. You know, if I didn't find the peace inside of myself that I've had to get, especially, you know, because of my animals and like the things that I buy and like, you know, how I love me, I would have killed her by now. Like, mark my word. Honestly, I've thought many ways of how to torture her, of how to take her life, on how to end it, on how to fucking, you know, pull a kill switch and fucking make a bunch of videos and set them up to fucking play after everything was over with. Like, the amount that I have thought of to do is very dangerous because it's like when people mentally fuck with you, as this high priestess did, okay, they're getting in your head and they're doing things. And anybody who has, you know, been vulnerable to somebody like that has gotten into your head and then starts to fuck around with you in there. And then, you know, after they've pulled out all your fucking secrets on you, they go and they use them all against you. And then they call you a liar. Those people, I mean, you know, what God does with them at the end of this, this is a really hard reading. I really don't like this. I'm sorry if that hurt your ears. I don't even think anybody's even here anyways. Roscoe. We're to flip the fucking energy now. Whoever this fucking bitch is, whoever this person is, you're getting away from it. You're so much more powerful than them, and that's why they did so many things to you, because they knew. Oh my God, look at as I'm shuffling. There's the fucking tower. I'm like, what is this thing? It's the tower. I guess it's a bird's eye view underneath, I don't know, of everything that's about to come down. It's a really weird tower card. And then 2 of Swords, another 2. All 4 2s came out. It's almost like soon someone's not even going to be able to speak. I mean, and like that should be punishment. You know, you want to lie. You want to set people up with lies. You want to just keep repeating the same thing. You want to, not make anything better. Then I should hope to fuck that, energy just takes your goddamn fucking will to be able to speak away from you. Because then why? We're given communication for a reason. We're given the right to speak for a reason, so then we can ask for help, so then we can reach out, so then we can speak to each other. And then people choose not to use language as if it's a fucking, now I choose not to speak. I don't have to speak now. It's like, well, now the one time where we actually need you to say something, you're just going to go silent. Really? Just going to go silent? Is that the bigger person? Is that being the bigger person, or is that being the little bitch? I can still hear that nice, lovely lady. Energy has been really it's been really hard to deal with the last couple days. So kind of readings are going to kind of come in and out on when, basically spirit will allow me to do it without physically wanting to hurt me for bringing the energy through. It's almost like I get attacked sometimes for doing these readings, as if something says, I don't have the right to tell people the truth. Like, I do have the right to tell people the truth, but I have absolutely no protection. So I just spend a lot of my time just simply protecting myself, which is what everybody should learn kind of how to do, is how to protect themselves. So then people can't come all up in your shit and, do anything. I can tell you don't have the right to think or be yourself. Have a frame of mind. Oh, really? I know energy is mad right now. I know it's mad. Oh, big mad. Bunch of people about to go down. Let's see what else I can piss off. Nothing like taking advantage of vulnerable people. Whoa. Okay, so what's out in the air right now Okay, so what I'm getting, pure and honest truth, which is obviously why I want to just switch and get out of that last reading. Literally, this looks like Satan has been thinking of a really good way to retaliate against somebody that's around you, and they're putting accusations out. I don't know what these accusations are supposed to do, okay? But somebody's putting shit out into the world, okay? Running scared, and it's got somebody running scared. Scared to say anything, scared to move, scared to go on social media, scared. They're getting a download that you want to hurt them, okay? And they don't really believe it. Like I said, remember I was talking about my stepmother and 1,000 ways that I can probably kill her. They really, she really thinks that I won't do anything. She really just calls my bluff. And I don't think she quite knows how crazy I am, because if she really knew how crazy I was, she would have never fucked with me to begin with. Right. And I just, sometimes you just don't really know why you're here and, what you're supposed to do. But these people know what they did. And the thing is that they're getting these synchronicities around them that are being, they're being spotlighted to see that Satan is around them, and Satan's gonna fuck with them. He's trying to scare them. Bagul, I made Bagul a portal a really long time ago so he can come into this dimension and do whatever he wants. And he has been taking, oh, you dirty son of a bitch. Look at this. We got the clover in reverse with the garbage can. Okay. And then homemade with love. Okay. So that to me looks like somebody that thought they put something away and they didn't. It's almost like, somebody killed somebody and buried the body and thought they did a really good job, and they didn't. It's like they get found and, oh my God, what is that movie? Hey, Renee. That's The Departed, right? He spends all night dragging that body out into the marsh, and then a fucking guy walking his dog at 6 a.m. finds the body, and he's like, tell me how the fuck I spent all night trying to dig up that body, and it takes him fucking 5 hours to find it, right? It's like that. It's like this person thought they hid a lot of things, and then they didn't realize that they didn't shut the fucking garbage lid. They didn't realize like that was Mr. Potter's fucking main walk with his border collie in the morning. Like, oh, you really thought you did a good job at hiding this, and you didn't, because it was retaliation. Somebody retaliated against you, and like they got Satan involved, or Satan is involved. There's fought tooth and nail, and then there's the musical note popping its little fucking head out there. I think these people have made it look like they've made things look a certain way. Like they've worked really hard. They fought really hard. They made all of this and it means something. And Spirit's going, man, you just keep singing your own song there, bud. Whatever you think you did, we know was not the way that you say it. We know that you threw something out and you thought that no one was ever going to find it. And you thought you labeled it with love. And really, honestly, I have tasted meals that I have made angry. And I have tasted meals I have made full of love and laughter and fucking music, and I'm dancing around the kitchen. And let me tell you, that food that I make when I'm angry tastes like shit. Tastes like shit. It's rushed. It's burnt. I'm not following when I'm not using the right ingredients. I'm not listening to myself. When I take my time and I'm loving every minute of it, and I'm not trying to get anywhere too fast. Like I made chili yesterday. For once, I put beef in it. I'm not a big chili beef person, but I put ground beef in this bitch, okay? I put like basically an entire can of tomato paste, which I didn't really know was the main ingredient of chili. Everything I make is like from Third Eye. I just kind of like picture it and add it. That's why I have to be a certain way in the kitchen. I can't be all angry and pissed off. I've got to be like smoking weed, man, and like, chilling, and I gotta be in a groove to make my food, because I don't follow ingredients and shit. I don't follow recipes. I just follow my own rhythm. And I made this chili. Oh my God. My sister tasted it. I was like, hey, you got to taste this, man. Like, tell me that I'm not just singing and tooting my own horn here. And I was like, does this taste like better than, I used to love Tim Hortons chili back in the day, like 10 years ago, or 20 years ago. Their chili was the best. I go, tell me this doesn't kind of taste like Tim Hortons back in the day. And she was like, damn. My sister doesn't lie to me. If she doesn't like it, she'll just say, well, I don't really like it, or it can be like this. But she was like, fuck, this is good. And I'm like, yo, all in my head. I didn't do the only thing I looked up was the temperature and how long I should cook it. Because that's usually what I'll look up, is a temperature or something, or like how long to cook something, because I'm not that good with the cooking process. But like ingredients and shit, fucking put it together. It was the best. It was made with so much love. I was so happy when I was making it yesterday that I'm like, I know the difference when I made that chili last year, and we weren't really in a really good position as opposed to how we are now and how I am now. And it's like night and day. Night and day. Okay? It's how you do things. It's how you feel about it. It's how it comes out. right? If you never really wanted to be pregnant and your kid kind of turns out like an asshole, why do you think that is? Because you kind of half-assed it the whole time and didn't really want it. If you really want something bad, trust me, you can't fight the tooth and nail shit, because if you didn't really fight tooth and nail for your kids, it's going to fucking show, right? If you didn't fight to make the thing that you said that you put love in, then you're going to get somebody like Satan that shows up at your door and just starts fucking with you. Because, like, he wants to know why you're lying. He wants to know why you're full of shit. You half-assed it this whole time. Now you want to say you put 100% love into it? When you half-assed it, we know, we watched you? No. So that's kind of like this person's, they got lucky streak for a long time, okay? I don't know who you are. That's what I mean with this magician shit. I don't know who you are, but you have something, okay? And you were supposed to be tended to. You know, you're supposed to be loved, and you weren't. So now Satan's been trying to figure out how to take their shit away. They don't get Santa Claus anymore. Okay, they don't get Santa. They get Satan. Okay, and so shall it be. They deserve to go running scared. They deserve to have, you know, something beside them freaking them out. And they're seeing synchronicities. Okay, they're seeing synchronicities to the shit that they're thinking. Okay, and I think a lot of things, this person might be like in a city, and when they see things, it's like they're shaking their head like, you know, stop seeing it like that. Stop seeing it like that. And it's like, man, I feel like this person's on the brink of dying. Right? It's, you know, that like end of the contract shit where people, you know, you got to start getting things done right before you die. It's like that kind of shit, right? I'm not saying they're going to die and cross over and we're going to see them again, but it kind of seems like they could be crossing over and going somewhere and we ain't going to see them again. Okay? And I had this reading the other day about a mother dies because she was never a mother. This is kind of, you know, along the same lines. It's like, how can you say you fought tooth and nail when all you did was retaliate against me? That's all you did, right? You fucking threw me away. You were supposed to make with love and you didn't. You know, like this person refuses to see their dreams. They refuse to see beyond their own, you know, their own stubbornness. So when it hits them in the face, I would imagine they're going to turn around and run screaming because they're not going to be used to something that they said was made with so much love coming back and slapping them in the face. For one, it's going to like massively embarrass them. Okay, they're going to be super embarrassed with this next phase of their life with their kids turning against them. Okay, or somebody turning against them. Again, there's been a lot of parent shit coming up. Okay, parents, kids, stuff like that. And I'm not, you know, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because not everybody's got kids out there, so it won't resonate with them. But think of it as sometimes your parents, or as the people who try to act like parents around you, the ones who think they know what they're talking about all the time, and if you don't listen to them, you're an asshole, right? Oh my God. Okay. I hate Jack Black. Like, I hate him. I don't know why. It's not like I don't have a personal, like, I feel like I've got a personal vendetta against him, but I don't. So I can't watch that movie. It's like the second I try, I'm like, oh my God. I know Satan is a very different person than that short, fat fuck. And I was like, I think Satan is a little angry that they made Jack Black play his character, for one. Okay, short, fat, disgusting, impotent, bald dude. There's the truth right there. I'm telling you, like, I personally know Satan. I don't know. Actually, Renee, you might have heard me talk about my relationship with Satan. I've known Satan for a long time. Me and Satan have been doing work for a long time together. I've seen him personally. I've seen him in real life. I've seen him in my dreams. I can see him right now in my third eye. I always see Satan. I have a very biased opinion on Satan. Look at, I just clicked to the music note. He is the music of my heart. He's got this amazing side to him, and he has this other side to him. And he's not the devil. Satan and the devil are two totally different people. There are many people who think that Satan is the devil, and other people who believe Lucifer is the devil. Other people believe Baphomet is the devil. Other people have their own play on whoever the fuck is the devil is. Okay, like, but Satan, whenever I call Satan the devil, he always says I'm not the devil, and I go, I know you're not the devil. You're Satan. Satan. If you were the devil, we would call you the devil and not Satan. Or they're just saying that Satan is the devil's name. I don't fucking know. I don't listen to any of it. I don't believe it because I know Satan personally. I signed a lot of contracts with him. Okay. And the thing is that like he's a lot like his one side is a lot like Krampus and Bagul, right? Like if you fuck with kids, you fuck on that side. Like, you know, like you might get power, you might get fame from some of these demons, but you also like I've personally heard Satan say he has never once actually asked for a child sacrifice. If they give it to him, they give it to him. He's never personally asked for. Has he asked for blood? Absolutely. A lot of fucking demons do. A lot of people ask for blood. Doesn't mean that it has to be sacrificial blood. Doesn't mean that you have to go out and kill a fucking animal. Doesn't mean it has to come from a fucking virgin. Okay? Like all this shit they make up in their head because they think it's going to make them just a little bit more powerful. They're going to get a little bit more magic out of it. When really it's like, okay, you guys are fucking idiots. You're just choosing to cross a line and we didn't really ask you to, right? Because humans, you realize humans always want to go just that one extra mile. You know, like, oh, let's see if anybody says anything. Oh, let's see if we just go a little bit. You know, like dudes when they're fucking feeling up a chick, they're going to keep going and going and going until somebody says no. Okay. Like some people, they want to push the limit. They want to push the limit, and people with Satan, they just feel like they have to push the limit. They got to go one further, one far, you know, and it's just like, oh my God, been there, done that, bitch. Like, honestly, he's the kind of person I think that the reason why I partnered up with Satan, and I actually didn't know that Satan Santa movie when I did that card, it just came through and I went, okay, that's really weird. And then that fucking movie came out and I was like, okay, that's really weird because I realized that Satan and Santa were the same a couple years ago. I was like, damn, that's a play on words. Like that's just all they did was fucking move around the end. Like that's fucked, right? But like everybody believes in Santa or they want to believe in Santa, but people won't believe in the devil. Oh, the devil's not there. Yeah, but you're gonna sit there and praise God? What the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. Like you're a walking contradiction. But anyways, so people are just backwards on that shit. But like the way that I've seen Satan is not portrayed the way that people view him. But I mean, fuck, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. He also can 100% bullshit people. So maybe he's 100% bullshitting me. I don't fucking know. But he's not like, there's two sides to everything. I personally know that there is a demonic presence inside of my stepmother. I've seen it. I've seen it in action, and it is not Satan. Satan would not take credit for getting being a damsel in distress and some ugly ass woman. Okay. Like, have you ever seen the movie Nefarious? Has Sean Patrick Flannery in it. It's like kind of a newer movie, and Nefarious is inside of this man, but it's like two different people. It's like the demon's there, but the man is there. Oh, it's so fucked. And then finally, it's just like the demon showing all the time and the man just never comes up. It's like The Exorcist on steroids. And it's in a man's prison. And I'm not lying. Like, Sean Patrick Flannery is still a pretty good looking man. I'm not going to lie about that shit. And it kind of shows like a little bit on how the devil works. I mean, because it's not the devil, it's Nefarious. It's another demon, but it is along the lines of, you know, what demons can do when they get inside of you and people don't react. They don't do anything to do anything about it. They don't try to be a different person. They don't, you know, try not to drink alcohol. They don't try not to hurt people. They just do. They give the demon what it wants, even though there's no real fucking reason for it. You know how many times my ex-boyfriend, whenever we broke up, he would call me and tell me that he was going to kill himself? And I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you know that's the one thing that's going to make me come running. My girlfriend killed herself, 16 years old. She was my best friend from grade 4 until grade 9. We went to different high schools, and then we didn't get to hang out as much. And then she came to my 16th birthday party. And then she turned 16 that summer, and then she was hanging dead in her backyard a block away from my house. And I was never really the same after that. And so when people would threaten suicide, it was like, you can't say that to me because like, it doesn't matter where I am in the world. Like I will stop, drop, and roll. Like, and the weird thing is she never even called me. If she had called me, I would have fucking ran to her house. Are you kidding? She was down the block from me. She was 1 block away from me. And she died, and I'll never get over that. Like some things that just like kind of scar you, right? And like even, you know, he would say that shit and I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I swear there's a demon in you. I swear there's something fucking wrong with you to make you say that. Because him, as a normal functioning person in a relationship, wouldn't say that. But suddenly, you know, hopeless and broken up and alone in his house, he says he's going to kill himself. Why would he do that? It's most likely not him. It's most likely somebody else. But he wouldn't realize that. You know, he would drink and somebody else would come out of him and he wouldn't never put two and two together that there was something inside controlling him. And that's what alcohol does, you know, like that's what drugs do. It's a form of control, because that's how these demons, they just get every part of you. They get you to give up everything. Like the one that's inside of my stepmother, it really sucks that it's inside of her, because it's taken everything away from her. It's taken her family away from her. It's taken her money away from her. It's taken her kids away from her. It's taken her job away from her. It's taken her looks away from her. I mean, it looks like her face is going to fall off her face. What do you call that? Your skull. Okay. Literally looks like her skin is falling off, right? I don't know what she's done, but she has massively been a part of something. And like, when you're doing stuff that you can't control, if you're drinking out of control, or if you don't have control over what you say or what you do, you're most likely possessed by a demon. It's just not the exorcism every day. That's not real life possession. Possession doesn't look like that. Although sometimes it does. Depends how ancient the spirit is. But other times it's coming out like 2024 fucking little irrational idiots that, you know, are just entitled and want things. And then this brat comes out of them. Little demonic presence. Or it's an angelic presence, because, you know, angels can be just as worse as demons. You know, everybody's got one good side and one bad side. I mean, I wouldn't mess with an angel's side. Are you kidding? And I mean, for the most part, you know, you think of what angels do. Angels are just there to give people hope. They don't really help. They're just kind of like a sign that you should stay alive. That's not really somebody that I would want around if I was dying. Oh, I saw an angel. Well, did that angel help you, or did you just stare at it until help came? Right? So I don't really trust angels. I don't know. I kind of think of angels like fairies sometimes, and fairies are fucked. Okay, they steal your shit. They move things around. You ever heard of pixies? Oh my God, they're some of the worst little bastards ever. You get those things in your house, like brownies, and they'll fuck everything up. Oh my God. Man. But you got to believe in that stuff. I don't know. If you don't believe in it, you'll never see it. But I've definitely had brownies in this house before. Now I've got something else. I don't know what the fuck it is. I actually had this ghost for a while that used to walk around and like walk around my head at night. And I could like feel, like I could physically feel the footprints on my bed. Like he would just walk all over me at night. And I just like lay there with the covers over my head, like, oh my God, like just praying to get this thing out of my room. Hasn't been back for a while, but fucking ghosts, man. I tell you. There was this one time I de-ghosted my friend's house and all the fucking fire alarms went off. It was the scariest thing I've ever been through in my life. This demon pushed me up against the wall and locked the door. I had to bang on it for him to come and get me. They're not to be fucked with. Energies are not to be fucked with, man. Like, and like, neither are kids, neither are people. Don't fuck with people. Like, I just, oof. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, do what you want, but yikes. How's it going, Renee? You might be the only person in the chat. Yeehaw. Oh my God, I meant to email you. Did you end up getting that fucking payment back from that lady who took your money? And did you find an apartment? Or are you still going in the hotels? Jesus Christ, Renee. Well, did you fuck him? That would make sense. You know you're not supposed to see that guy. He left his serpent dick behind. Aww. So does this bitch not gotta give it back then? understand how you were frauded. Honestly, Renee, sometimes when you write emails, I have no idea what you're saying. That's why I send you that celebrating thing sometimes, where it goes poof. Because, like, girl, I don't know what you're talking about. I love that you email me, but I don't know half these things you're talking about. Oh. Okay, I don't know what the hell happened, but that's fucking ridiculous. I don't understand. Oh, okay. I was talking about this the other day. I haven't had sex in so long. Oh my God. It's almost been 3 years after 7 years. Can you believe that? I don't even know what sex is anymore. I was like, is my vagina going to fall out? I had to ask Google. Well, that's probably the only reason why he came by. Dudes are mad shady like that. You know this. Let's do one more reading and then I'm going to kick it. I had a very long day today. Yay! Oh my God, I've been waiting for one of my snakes to wake up from her long ass slumber of like 2 weeks, and now she's finally. There she is. Oh, she's finally awake. I'm going to take her out. I got to redo her enclosure. I've been letting her sleep, and I didn't want to bother her. She just shed. Now she's bulking up. Oh my God, one of my snakes. She's getting so big, but she's a king snake, so she's supposed to get thicker, and she, let me tell you, is getting thick. But she's fucking ripped. Oh man, my snakes are ripped. I fucking run them so much. Like the rippest snakes in the world. Okay. High Priestess of Water, deceit, rigid, belonging, the warrior. Okay. Oh my God, I think this is what it is. Okay, so, this bitch. So this is going to possibly wrap in with the other readings that I've been doing about, I think it was this one, about the lady that's trying to take your shit. Okay. This is the emotional bitch. She could be a water sign. Okay. She could be a water sign. She's coming up as a fire sign. So you take it as it resonates, but you have put this wall up in between you and her now. Okay. So this wall is up because you are the warrior / this is your home and no one's going to take it. Okay, so it's like that part in the movie where the apocalypse comes and, you know, dad boards up the house and says, ain't no way anybody's getting through here. And her looks alone can't get in. Okay, like she's obviously been using something that's allowed her the ability to fuck with you. Okay, I don't know if she uses her emotions and then she deceives you. You know, she gets into your house and she could play like the victim, or she could be your friend that's always coming to you because they don't know what to do and they've got this big, huge scenario and everything is happening to them. And oh my God, you have no idea. It's like it seems so dramatic, you know, and then you're like, okay, well, come in, I'll make you this. And then, you know, you turn around and you walk into the kitchen and then their eyes are just like, fuck you, just following behind you. And you're just the nice person, you know, that lets this person in. And this time, no. No. Put your wall up. Put your wall up and become the warrior instead. because it's like, it's one thing to fuck with your own house. Sure, go fuck with your own house. I don't give a shit what you do. Burn the goddamn place down. But don't come to my house and start shit. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's like, do whatever the fuck you want to your own house, but leave this alone. Okay, some people, oh my God, I had this analogy the other day. I don't know if you have ever been hypnotized in your life, but this chick hypnotized me a long time ago, and I went into this like past life with this huge red bearded Scottish man, and I watched my whole world burn down right before my eyes. It was really fucking weird. And that life has kind of stuck with me now for the past few years, of like whatever happened in that lifetime is, I think, the karma that's reflecting in this life. And what's really weird is I look the exact same as what I did in that vision. There was a woman there, long black hair. I was like, that looks like me. What the fuck? There was kids there. It was really, really weird. Okay. It was like this whole simulation, and I watched them take my house and then when I would kind of start to go into my mind recently about why that happened in that lifetime, because like we were in like fucking mud huts, and we had like weaponry, and like it was like fucking Braveheart era, like we stunk like shit. Like it was a really fucking weird, like the smell, everything was there on exactly that life. Okay. And I was trying to figure out, like, okay, what brought this on? Like, why did this happen? Why did all of a sudden, we get waken up in the middle of the night and people are torching our homes, and then I get hung. My kids get killed right in front of me. And then, my husband watches it all go down. And I'm like, why would this be coming in this lifetime now? Like, why would it matter? And then it was because this woman was in the background, and she was watching everything that I was doing. And every time I got comfortable, she would come and steal my sheep. Every time we left the house, we'd come back and the roof would be caved in. And what was really weird is the chick who hypnotized me, I was living with at the time. And when her and I went south, because of her, she was this closeted lesbian that suddenly wanted to sleep with me, and I didn't want anything to do with it. So she wanted me out of the house. I actually boarded my spot of the house up, so then she couldn't get at me. And every time I left the house, I would come back, she'd fuck with something. She would fuck with my blankets, my curtains, my wall, my border, and she would fuck with it just because she could. And then she would hear me up there fixing it, hammering away fixing it, and I would hear her downstairs laughing with her boyfriend. She knew what she was doing. She knew she was fucking with me, but I was a warrior. I didn't care. She's just using this. She's just trying to hurt me, but she's never come up against a person like me before. And then the night that I moved out, okay, I had a whole bunch of boxes all over the house, because obviously I'm fucking moving the next day. Like I didn't organize them all in my little tiny fucking 4x8 room. Okay, she came home in this fucking Hufflepuff. She could have went to her boyfriend's house, but no, she wanted to come home just to fucking, this was a teacher, by the way. Yeah, really trust them. She came home in this fucking fit, and she came at me, and my sister got up. I don't know. I know y'all don't know my sister, but she's like fucking 5'5", fucking 120 pounds, fucking skin and bones. She came at this bitch with her fucking fist out, and I just sat there with my pizza. We just got Domino's delivered. I had been packing all day. This bitch comes home just trying to start a fight. And there's her fucking boyfriend. Her boyfriend's like this boxing guy in Peterborough. He fucking grabs her, turns her around, basically throws her down the stairs. And I've never seen my sister react like that. But if somebody fucked with me, no matter what, if somebody fucked with her, I would do the same. Somebody fucked with me, she would do the same. And she protected me in my house, because that's what happens. If you need to put a wall up with somebody, but they're just pissed off at you, oh, I'm mad at you, I'm angry. Honestly, that's what gets them arrested, because they have to push it. They have to push how angry they are. They need you to know. And usually that sends people off the ringer. right? Like, oh, you think you're tough where I'm tougher. Whereas this time, this bitch comes at me and I'm just like sitting there eating my pizza. Like, what are you going to do? You going to punch me in the face? Do it. I'm eating my pizza. Go ahead. Somebody get their fucking video camera out because I ain't touching this bitch. I've come up with fucking psychos before. And let me tell you, for some reason, everybody just automatically thinks that Whitney wants to scrap. Whitney wants to fight somebody, or Whitney's this and Whitney's that. Do you know Whitney has never punched a single person in the face? These little beautiful hands have never punched somebody in the face. Do you want to know why? Because I never wanted to break my hand. I was more concerned about breaking my hand because of the strength that I have behind my hand. I don't know how to hold it properly. Apparently you're supposed to, like, I think put your thumb in there, right? And then punch, but like, what the fuck? That is so uncomfortable. How are you supposed to fucking like punch that way? And like, and I'm also like, I'm crooked because of my scoliosis. So like my arm and like my hands and everything are all off. So like, I can't, like, it's just, I don't know, it's weird. Like I can't bend my knees, you know, because my back is so fucked up. So like I can't line that's just, no, I would break my fucking hand. Like I just would. It was just never something I was willing to do. And like people are so psycho and they just always wanted to hurt me that I was like, okay, well, I guess this one kid, this one time just came up and kicked me in the stomach with his cowboy boots on. And I lost the wind for like, I thought I was going to die. I never did anything back. This one chick, she used to throw fucking logs at the back of my head running home when we would run by the creek. She would throw sticks at the back of my head and I never did anything. Like, I don't know why people always think that I'm the first one to fight. I have never fought. I've screamed. I can fucking tell you off like you fucking never heard a fucking licking before like that with a fucking tongue. But I ain't never touched a motherfucker. I ain't tripping. I just got a fucking, was that Coolio? You better watch out, you're talking, and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying in chalk, right? I don't know, man. I'm crazy like that. I would just kill somebody. I wouldn't actually just get mad at them. Like, oh my God. Anyways, I have to stop talking about how I'm going to kill people. Like, I look like a psycho to people, Renee. I have to stop talking about how much I want to kill my parents. I think it's like, I mean, you're allowed to voice your opinion. I'm not actually going to do it. But I gotta stop fantasizing about it. It makes me feel so good to think like, oh, I could fucking torture them. But at the same time, like, could I? Like, probably not. Hey, Adam. Thank you. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate that. I love you too, buddy. I'm just trying to say how like it is. I just feel like, will YouTube kick me off if I keep talking about murder? If there weren't ours, it would be Muktuk. Oh my God, I was thinking about that today too. I watched The Office just way too much because I have to keep positive or I feel like I won't make it. Exactly. That's the thing. You have no idea. Anyways, is there anything else anybody wants to talk about, or like, should this be the end? Who's in the chat right now? We just got Adam and Renee. What? Haven't seen you for a while there, Adam. Are you even watching tarot readings anymore? You said you weren't watching them for a while, eh? You want to know if your ex-boyfriend still loves you? Is that right? Let's see. Okay, so this is what Spirit says. They have suppressed emotions. Okay? They are a little interrupted. So they got something going on with themselves right now. Okay? And they are seeking some type of retaliation. Okay? And right now they can't see the end of that. So I would say yes, they do still love you, but they can't be with you right now. They're interrupted. They're scared. I said, why? And then the scarecrow came up. Hey, loving it. Ba-ba-ba-ba. And then the death. They're literally scared to death of something. But it's not the end. But they could be retaliating. So, like, they could be, yeah, like if they're dating somebody or something, okay? He told me he wants to fix it. Oh, well, see, there you go. So, like, if he did anything in the past, like if he fucked around or did anything like that, it doesn't mean anything. He might just have been caught up in something. I mean, if he just physically moved, okay, he might have been, like, there might have been something in the house that was with him that didn't like you. Okay, so that's one thing. So when you have nasty spirits, remember I was just talking about ghosts? If you have nasty ghosts, see, he cheated on you. Okay, there you go. This is what I'm talking about. It was a possession. He was possessed because he's scared. He can't see the end of something. Like, he can't see just having one person and that being enough. Right? So it's like he's evilly distracted by something right now. Okay? That's it doesn't seem to be turning him on anymore, though. So maybe that's why he's trying to talk to you. He left me on Christmas Eve. Oh my God, Adam. You really want to get back together with this person? Yo, he did not break up with you on Christmas Eve so that he didn't have to buy you Christmas presents, did he? Because that would be a true gem. Oh, good God. No, he's just asking a question. Oh, why? Do you got a question, loving it? Renee doesn't have anything to talk about. Honestly, Adam, the advice is if he's this scared and evilly distracted, you might want to, like, not have him under your roof just yet. Okay. Oh, well, don't go drinking with him. Oh, geez. I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, you do what you want. I don't know if he's, like, in it to commit it, you know? But he really likes you. But that doesn't, like, I don't like the whole scared thing. Why is he scared to death to like you? That's really weird, you know? Because, like, that could bite you in the ass. Like, how can you be that scared? Like, what does that even mean? Has this guy never been committed before? Like, ever? He might sleep around in you for life. But if you're okay with that, some people are. Some people are like, all right, you can be a little promiscuous. You can sleep around or whatever, but just make sure you get your ass home at night. All right? And, okay, let's see. Is there better money coming in for loving it? Okay, so moving forward. Okay. Are you like looking to like leave a job or something like that? If you are, if you want better money, then Spirit is like, okay, really, really do your research. Okay, like because there's I think a couple things that look a little bit too good to be true, and that's exactly what they are. Okay, too good to be true. Okay, like I just saw this thing came online the other day where it's like, oh, if you're a teacher and you've been mistreated, join our club of online people. And I'm just like, oh my God. Okay, of course that looks like the perfect job, but like, is it though? So be careful of something is gonna be a little bit creepy. Okay, it's like, I don't know if it's like a pyramid scheme or something like that. Like, do you do tarot cards? Like, do you read tarot cards or anything like for yourself? If you don't, Spirit suggests that you do, at least getting like acknowledgement cards, like, like yes, no, maybe, coming soon. Okay, because you could really probably benefit from that. Okay. But at the same time, on top of saying that, if you don't want to do that, there's tons of information online about companies. Okay. And you know what I never did before on Amazon? Like when I would buy stuff, okay, I never read the reviews before, ever. I never really thought reviews were possible, or like not possible, but like I didn't really think that they were necessary. Whoa, are they ever necessary? Okay. Because for one, sometimes you can't take everything because people look for things that are perfect. But on the other hand, okay, well, that's okay. I mean, Spirit says, like, you might be able to benefit from it, but at the same time, you might, find your way a different way, but always look at the reviews. Okay, even on like Indeed, try not to send your email online. If you can, send it via email personally to somebody. I found Indeed loses resumes. It does not send them to employers. Okay, so do like one-on-one contact and like read reviews. Do your research. Like they're really like pushing Sherlock. Okay, because there's a lot of like hypotheses about things that are out there in like your field, and there's a lot of bad guidance and a lot of things that like look like awesome ideas and will lead you nowhere. They're just sperm donors. They're quick in and out kind of money. It's like selling. I don't know if like, are you like in sales or something like that? They're like, like I don't know, like there could be something, but it's also like creepy. The pop-up places, the places that don't really care. Like I had this one place recently who he just like hired me over internet. And I was like, don't you want to like see me or like have an interview or anything? He's like, no, you can just start on Wednesday, blah, 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 bring this, and this. And I'm like, he just threw me in. Like I was just thrown in. I've never had that before. I've never not gone in for an interview. It was really creepy. Okay. It didn't work out. Okay. Because obviously there's a reason why people have interviews. There's a reason why, you go through the process. Okay. And then also actually there's another story that came up. My sister, when she was going she was doing something in dental, and she went for an interview with this man who worked in this like really old creepy building, and it was just, honestly, it's just the town has old buildings, and it was just this like 3 rooms, and then his office, and then her little front desk, and I remember her coming home from the interview. She was like 22 or something, and she was like, I don't know about this guy. He's either the creepiest guy in the world, or she's like, or he is the nicest person in the world. And so she started work with him Monday morning, and she came home and she's like, I think he's the nicest person in the world. I'm like, okay, because there is that sense of creepy sometimes. Like people who appear creepy can actually be really nice, right? Like they're talking to you, they're engaging with you, they're talking to you, and it sounds creepy because you're not used to people talking to you. Okay, like so you might get that, that instinct in your head to think that something's creepy, and that'll be an awful choice. You might miss out on something. So, Spirit definitely says, I don't know what all that was about. Investigate your next job. Why so much investigating? Now we have assumptions. I can't just be, straight cut answer, apparently. Incoming. Oh, we're assuming. Okay, I guess I'm assuming a lot is coming in for you. Assume a lot. There's the prophecy. Yeah, assume a lot is coming in for you. Or assume something's coming in for you. As long as you don't make the wrong choice, make the choice. There's the on button. So money's been turned on or something's been turned on, which is why if you start looking, okay, try not to make any emotional decisions. Okay, like that place, it doesn't look like I'll get along with anybody or something like that. Like try to just be like, money is money. Look at the long haul. Don't be emotional about it. That's not what money is, right? Money is just cut and dry, baby. Two sides, lawless. The Two of Cups, retaliation, Mother Nature's wrath, and the guilt trip. I mean, if you work hard, you'll get there. But there's also two sides to this too. Remember, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is coming in. The other day when I was serving, this old man accidentally tipped me like $400. And I went, oh my God. I ran to his table instantly and was like, you tipped me $400. That is so wrong. You're like 100 years old. You didn't do the tip right. And his daughter was like, Dad, Jesus Christ. I told you I would put the tip in. But those 80-year-old men, they want to do it themselves. And I gave all the money back. And I was thinking about it the other night because I think that was a test. I think Spirit wanted me to keep the money. Or somebody wanted me to keep the money. And I was like, what the fuck? $400 isn't going to change my life. Okay. And to take it from an old man who I know did not give me that money purposely. Okay. He put the tip amount that he wanted to give me as the percentage. Okay. So I know where he messed up. Right. So I'm like, okay, really, honestly, if that was a test, then consider me, I wouldn't, I kind of have a feeling like I even thought of it. I was like, I could have got around it with my boss too. Like I could have said like, no, listen, he wanted to give me $400. It was Christmas. He wanted to give me $400. Like, what the fuck? Right? I know it was a test. It was 100% a test. I know it was. And I could have even got around it with my boss. I didn't think about it at the time because honestly, I just wanted to make sure he got his money back. And then the machine wouldn't give him his money back. So my boss had to money transfer him right away. He's like, I'm just going to money transfer. Like we couldn't get the machine to give it back. Like, oh my God, it was so set up to not give it back to this man. And then my boss, thank gosh, he thought of the money transfer because then money transfer so quick, right? It was like back in his bank account so quick. And I was like, oh, thank God. You could even get, guilt trip to like, hey, well, if you do this, we'll give you a little bit more money. Or, hey, if you do this, like, I don't know if you do like modeling or photography or something like that. Like, don't take quick cash on the side. Okay. Or something like that. Like Spirit is like, don't get guilt tripped into doing anything. Don't get guilt tripped into, honestly, with that job, there were so many other jobs with that particular job. And I was like, I am here to serve. I am not here to do this and to do this and do this. Okay. I don't know what it is that you do in your country, but here servers are serving. We serve, we go home. We don't play Molly Maid afterwards and go and clean your fucking toilets. We don't it's just like, oh my God, go back and do a bunch of dish. Like what the fuck, right? Like people have their weird agendas as to why they want to give you money or how they could give you money. So maybe that's what Spirit's like, like they're basically like, I don't know if you're alone, like if you don't have like people that you can talk to about this, but they're like, just honestly, really be careful because there is money. Something's definitely coming in, but when one thing comes in, so many other scams come through too. Like there was this one, management account that messaged me on Facebook, found me and wanted to do all this work with me with my YouTube and shit. And of course, there was an investment involved, and I had to give them all this information and stuff. And I was like, this is a scam. Like, this is a scam. Like, this is a business I do myself. I do not fucking need a third party. I do not need this person getting into my shit. Why do you need my email account, password? Like, all this shit. So just be careful, because, like, I don't have any family around me like that I can really go to and help. So I use my cards to be like I literally used my cards one night because I was having such this bad reaction to going to work, and I use my body as a signal all the time. Like if I got anxiety all of a sudden going somewhere, I question it right away. Like, is it me? Do I really not want to go? Does somebody not want me to go? Is somebody anticipating me getting there? They don't want me to show up. So like, I will use my cards and be like, should I go tonight? I let spirit tell me, right? I let them give me warnings, right? I let them, if you let the question out there, then allow them to give it back to you, like the right answer. Because a lot of these, like this one manager, like I said, he wanted a lot of shit. And I went like, yeah, you would want a lot of information on all my shit so you can get into my shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking know you, right? So an internet now, oh my God. So yes, money coming in, but yes, be very cautious because of the amount of fucking scams, girl. And if you think about it, sun on the bottom. Like, I mean, you should get yourself indicator cards. Like, you can totally do that. You can shuffle, ask yourself, a question or ask it to the universe and wait for a card to come out. It's so easy, so simple. Renee does it. Renee pulls cards. Right? Like, we're all intuitive. We can do this. Not saying that, like, I don't want to take my job away from me. But when it comes to stuff like that, with like work and stuff, with the creepy things, it's so beneficial to fucking get cards. It's amazing. Like, sometimes they will lie to you. Oh, look at that. There's the marijuana leaf. And smoke weed. That's my number one thing, man. Smoke weed. Second, I started smoking weed. I was 27 years old. I was dating this crackhead that wouldn't sleep at night. He would throw his legs all around. So I'd have to smoke weed in order to sleep. And he got me smoking weed. Fucking changed my whole life. Changed my whole life. Yes, I've dated crackheads. You wouldn't believe who I've dated. Truckers, crackheads, narcissists, psychopaths. I dated a guy who killed his dog. Okay, I don't know what this is about, but this is what just fell down. The turtle with staged and private property with the volcano, two sides with horrible choice. And I'm like, okay, so somebody has made some very horrible choices around you, and they have seen what these choices have done. Very slow. And it's staged for them to freak out somewhere. Staged freak out. Bought a bride. Like, somebody, okay, you could have somebody around you fly on the wall. That over time has been setting up their private property. Setting up property on the other side of the fence. Okay, so I think somebody made a horrible choice around you, and they were on your bad side. Okay, like, let me tell you, they could have walked into a room and you would have been like, get the fuck out, or I get out. Okay. They, like, you have, like, fucking put a private property sign in front of your house specifically for this person. Okay. That is all changing. You could have even had, you could have even had a restraining order against this person. And it's all turning around. It's like your greatest enemy turning in to your best friend. Bought a Bride. I keep hearing this song by Brand New, Bought a Bride, Bought a Bride. Bought a bride. And I'm like, okay, but you know the whole buying of the brides thing, okay? So you buy a bride, they get over here and they fucking, oh yeah, it's all good and whatever in the first little bit, and then they turn on you and they fuck around, they take everything. But this is like, okay, so they fuck around, they take everything, you hate them, you banish them from your life, they're on the other side, private property, ain't never coming back. And then it's like, oh, hey, yeah, by the way, do you want to be best friends? Because now I've decided I'm not going to be a dick anymore. You're like, what? That's what I'm getting. That's the analogy I'm getting. It was like empty accusations. I don't know, man. Like, it's obviously not Bought a Bride, but obviously somebody listened to very bad advice. They got on the wrong side of something, and they got on the side of accusing you of something. Always accusing you, and now they're not on that side anymore. They don't want to be on that side anymore. They want to switch sides. So, but they have to, in order to do that, in order to switch sides, okay, this is actually kind of genius. In order to switch sides, then they have to set up their private property because they know the backlash they're going to get from it. I think that's what it is. It's like, okay, well, I got to protect myself now. I know that I'm going to take a hit for going back on what I said. So I'm going to set all this up, set this private property up, because when shit hits the fan, when this explodes, and they know that I got on the other side after I made the right choice that they thought, which is now what you've assumed now is a horrible choice because of these accusations. I mean, accusations are exactly what they are. They are just accusations until they are proven. Okay, people can accuse people of a lot of things, right? And you're innocent until proven guilty. And honestly, if somebody was accused of something, then it didn't hold form anymore. But now this person, it's being on the side with the enemy, and then, or being on the side with what you said, was the good guys. That's what you want to be on. Then you force this person on the other side as if they're the enemy. And now you're going to the enemy's side in everybody's mind, or in somebody's mind, you're the enemy, something like that. So they have to stage something. So then something, when it does explode, they can, like, I don't know, contain it, deal with it. I don't know. It's like going from one side to the other. Music note, I'm still getting Bought a Bride. So that's accurate. Girl and the ghost beside her. So this person, whoever this is that you're dealing with, they're getting, they could be getting advice through music. They could be getting messages through music. Okay, but they have somebody that's on their side. Like I think there's two sides too. I think they can hear both sides. I think they're, like us, they can shine They can hear things. So they can hear what they're doing, and that's why they're doing it. They don't care if other people are going to think what other people are going to think of them. They just don't want a bunch of fucking protesters on their lawn all of a sudden. It's like that, right? It's like they don't care about even fucking witchcraft could come out of it or what people think that it is. They don't even care about that. It's just they don't want there's the path. They're willing to walk the path. They just don't want a bunch of shit on their lawn. They want to protect themselves. They're getting a guard dog, like they just want to make sure that if they're going to do it, you got to fucking fully do it, Now I'm getting the beginning of Cabin in the Woods where the guy's like, his wife fucking baby proofs the entire apartment. And he's like, she's not even pregnant yet. We don't even know if this is going to take because they're doing like IVF or something. Fucking bitch has already baby proofed the apartment. That he's like, she's jinxing it already, right? So this person doesn't want to jinx it. There it is. It's like they know it could go really bad. That's the thing. They know it could go really bad. Okay, it's like, honestly, and now this is the analogy I'm getting because this is just how this shit works. Is like, getting back together with somebody that beat you up. Or that you had, a really intense, heated relationship with. And it's like people change, and they get away from those demons and they switch, and the things that they heard before and the things that they did before and those horrible choices that they make, they don't do that anymore. They're very private, right? They set their life up very differently now, right? But it doesn't change the past of what happened then. Right. And if anything, it's people that carry your past in front of your face. It's not even you. You can get over the past all you want. And then somebody else around you brings it up. Like, okay, I'm not even fucking thinking of the past. Why the fuck are you? Right. So people will do that shit automatically for you. Okay. So spirit is definitely like, it's moving. Something is definitely moving slowly, but they are going to emotionally erupt on you because I think they've seen something. Like they've seen you guys together. They've got the prophecy. They've seen it. They've got the information on you, right? So I don't know. It's like a little fly on the wall is listening to them, and they came and gave me this information. So take with it as you will. Okay. Clearly, Renee, this had something to do with you. Nice. Oh, that's a sign. Ooh, wow. Oh, yeah. See, you do the song thing, too. Ha! Brilliant! Well, that's exciting as fuck. Jesus, loving it. Man, you guys tell me the fucking worst shit. Like, just when I think I've had a bad day. Woo-wee! Well, maybe they'll die now. Hey! Who the fuck is that? Hilda. One 131? Fuck, I haven't seen you on here in forever. You're a moderator? I hand that job out to everybody sometimes. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can get the Wi-Fi. Oh, the Wi-Fi. Okay, there we go. New beginnings and opportunities. It's a positive sign. Positive changes coming your way. Why, you've been seeing that a lot? Okay, that's why I figured. I'm like, fuck, I haven't seen that name on here in so long. Well, change is coming. Be safe out there, Hilda. Be safe. Jesus Christ. Wow. All right. What fucking time is it? Okay, guys, I gotta get going. But thanks for being on the live. I hope I could help with your questions. That was really fun, actually. The beginning of this reading is a nightmare. So just be warned, if you start this reading at the beginning, it is like the worst reading ever. And I got really angry and I had to change the reading because I didn't want to talk about that anymore. So the beginning is really weird and I apologize for that. But that is the energy that's being brought in to the chat. So I don't know what the hell's going on out there. But peace and love to everybody. This was awesome by the end. I mean, we really redeemed each other. Ourselves by the end there. Be very careful out there, everybody, okay, with the scams and the bullshit going around right now. Okay, keep your money to yourself unless otherwise. Your initials are MT. It was so weird, man. Once I took on MT, I bought this nail polish on the top of it. MT. Crazy. I don't know. When you own it, you own it. You know what I mean? So peace out, and I'll be back and doing some readings tomorrow. So look forward to that, everybody. And see you later. Have a good one.